Welcome back, everybody, to Shadow of Israphel, episode 16, 1-6. We're getting into the thick of the truth of the series and the great world. Happy birthday, Ross! Yesterday,
birthday,
Turnip Day.
No, as in right now.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
And right now, like 2 weeks or whenever I upload this, who cares?
It's Ross's birthday forever. Please leave a message in the comments saying that you will forfeit all mortal possessions to Ross for your birthday.
This is true.
Please.
For
Please
your
do
birthday,
it.
not for
Please,
Ross's.
we're asking you so nicely.
For your birthday.
The gift is the gift of giving. That's our gift to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Milnak, were you saying something?
Oh, I'm just saying, give Ross everything. Like, give Ross everything you own, then go out and steal some more things.
Why don't we give Ross our finest bacon? Because
Oh.
the episode we're reviewing
Oh,
is
boy.
Shadow of
my
Israphel
God.
Part 3.
Hi.
I demand your finest
Hi.
bacon.
It's
May I
literally like
start?
it's like.
May
oh my God.
May I start?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm looking to see this. What's the first thing you got here?
What the fuck? That's my thoughts on like episode 3 as a whole, but primarily
both, buddy.
the cold
It's
open.
It's quite a lot beyond the thing that I remembered happening that really
Yeah.
surprised me. It's
For some
Yeah.
reason, at first glance, the postcard in the first, bit, I was looking at it out of the corner of my eye for a second because I was setting up my notepad. And it, out of my periphery, it, for some reason, just looked like a pair of, wrinkly, grimy feet.
Oh.
It looked like troll feet.
Oh.
it's like a beautiful fantasy
Yeah,
illustration
it's
of
a
Mistral
beautiful-
City.
It's quite nice.
It
Really.
looks
it
like
has
just a
the,
bunch of floating
airship on
islands,
it.
but it's just really foggy. I imagine. You
Which
just
I
can't
must
see
say-
the
It's really nice. I forgot how much I love floating islands, and the fan art is just really translated as well. I'm like, yeah!
Yeah.
dress.
Okay.
Wish you were here,
Wish you were here,
Daisy.
Daisy.
No,
Oh,
I
You're
wish
so
you was.
pleasant.
We all wish she
It's
was
so
here.
wonderful.
I miss
So-
her so bad.
Oddly enough, for some reason we open up. Lewis must have stepped away because Simon is recapping what he wrote in the chat to Old Peculiar. We must
Yeah.
not give up hope, friend. You must rest and regain your strength, although I typoed regain. Not just your physical strength, but your emotional strength. Which is really nice that he's taking care of his friend's emotional needs.
True. Literally so kind.
And then right below that, Lysander saying, "That's my chest you're going through."
That was
Nice.
just
Lewis
Don't worry
rifling
about it.
through his drawers for fucking fun. Simon says, "God knows what's in there." Lewis says there's nothing in there. He was just dumping his garbage into his drawers.
Nice.
His sock drawers.
that really checks out, honestly.
Simon asks if there was a triple-ended ribbed nobbler in there.
Oh, yeah, that was a very strange thing. So basically, here I am. I've set this up to listen to, kind of on the background, sort of drawing, and then I'm just like, huh? Excuse me? And I check back and play back. I'm like, oh, okay, no, I heard him correctly. He just shouldn't have said that. Okay.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that he was referring to a sex thing. I thought it was a creature.
That's so
The
awesome.
fanciful, the mythical, folklorish creature of the British Isles, the triple-ribbed nobbler.
Before we started recording, we were doing a Zabu Land bit. That's when he found the Zabu Land.
I want to live in your world, Ross. It's better than
Me
the
too.
Yogs route. Yogsality
Yog
we have
world.
now.
Sex does not exist. It's only just my friend the Nobbler.
Cousin species to the orange grappler.
Yeah, this whole segment gets insane as Lou's like, what are you implying? I mean, well, there is a lot of pink in there, a little pink cloth.
Homophobic. Just okay.
It's not transvestigating. I don't know what it's called when you're gay-vestigating someone.
Being
Gaydar, I
mean.
guess.
Just being
Being
mean.
a dick. After all
No.
that Lysander's done for you, you're trying to pick something
Literally.
against him and make it
It's
a
a-
bad thing. Lysander fucks. Maybe this is for me. Sorry, I'm really
No,
passionate
let's
about
not
this
go
tonight.
there. Lysander's
I-
perfectly fine. He's a straight,
He's a
No,
straight,
he's
upright
not.
man.
Upright man.
Perfectly
He turns
I'm
around,
so
Lysander
glad.
turns around and leaves.
I like the implication of using straight as a noun.
Yeah,
Straight.
He is a straight.
I like
True.
that. I like
Famously.
that. Like this fucking intro. It's so fucked up. It's so
They
fucked.
were really going. They're really going off. They're going crazy.
Literally, you can't be saying that straight, baby.
This is some all out of pocket shit. I
Literally.
write, while Luz and Simon are calibrating their gaydars, old Peculiar says, "There's so much to do.
Dying.
Cuss my old age."
It's so funny. Old Peculiar is dying, and all they care about is gay people.
Luz is like rambling and stammering awkwardly, and Simon's like, "You look ridiculous holding that shovel."
Oh,
Just
yeah.
holding a shovel randomly.
They're
Come on,
so
man.
dickish. It's
What's
like,
up?
what
Here's the thing.
happens?
The texture pack in this makes it look like you're about to throw a javelin when you hold a shovel. And, like, from a
It's
third
like-
person's perspective, it looks like you're holding a shovel like you would hold a pencil.
It does look like that. It's really angled down. So it's time for their tour. Lysander, of course, while Old Peculiar is sick and dying from his curse and his affliction, Lysander said that he'd give them a tour of the city while he rests. So off they go. Simon jokes when they approach Old Peculiar's house, like, and this right here is Old Peculiar's burnt down house. And the tour.
It's really funny that he makes this, like, it's specifically in this instance, he, like, makes the gay joke because he asked, Zephos asks Lysander where they're going, and almost on cue after hearing that, like, immediately afterward, there's, like, a little bit of, like, a rubber banding thing where Lysander suddenly zips away in the opposite direction.
Teleports.
He's just, like, he basically teleports.
Teleport
He
behind you.
telepormed
Never
your
be homophobic.
sponge.
I have teleported here, heroes. So
I'm really
They-
punchy tonight. I'm sorry, everybody.
they finally enter Granny Bacon's greasy spoony tea shoppy.
Yay!
God.
The
Cute
this
Old
old
woman has a
interior.
huge head.
She has
Oh, yeah.
huge, unnaturally huge head.
Her character model's a little weird.
Cute
It's
little.
beautiful.
It's cute inside. There's a lot of stone slabs for tabletops and like the awning above her little cook station.
I was really enamored the whole time with how it was set up because, again, I really
Yeah.
love when there's Minecraft maps. That was my favorite thing as a kid, and I was really mad that consoles didn't really have sort of the same thing unless you bought DLC.
Yeah.
Because I
the
really liked-
freedom of use.
Because people made cool builds and I couldn't use them.
Yeah. Granny Bacon is here from last episode where she like said hi and then Opacure went no, discovering his house.
They
Lysander
popped
explains.
in for just long enough for her to say hi, and then
This-
the world crossed down.
This is the family grill, and there's always cake here for the hungry adventurer. Granny says hello, and Simon replies, "Old woman, I demand your finest bacon," in all caps. Which
It
is
reminded me immediately
that's the
of...
honeydew I remember.
I find your lack of baking disturbing.
Bacon was huge back then. Bacon was
Bacon
going
When does
crazy.
the narwhal
right there.
bacon, honestly?
It was so iconic.
And then the granny replies, I can't resist a beard like that." And Luce, this is when Luce is like, she's got a big head.
Thanks for sharing, I guess.
She walks out from like the counter and she sees like her whole like player model is bigger than theirs, and she's like dwarfing Simon as she hands him his order.
Why is also he like says this in all caps in the chat? Why is he yelling at her?
Because he's
That's
rude.
that's his RP.
He's rude.
He's a dwarf with a boisterous voice.
The boisterous
Lewis
voice.
is laughing and saying, "She's a big one." Someone's going, "Ooh, ooh." She's on me up, which is
Yeah.
Simon's classic womanizing that he has to do in all the places he goes.
Womanizer. I don't know why that was happening. It was really scary.
Lewis is wondering whether like they have to pay for the bacon, and he checks the menu. There's actually like words and prices written, but I could not read it. It was too far away and bright in my room, and I couldn't see it on my
Lots of-
screen.
Lots of 1 gold, 1 silver, but it was
Yeah.
like abbreviated as 1G,
Polk is
1S.
1S.
Oh
What
my
the fuck
goodness.
does that mean? Says Lewis. He doesn't comprehend.
I love these World of Warcraft. I love the. It always
world
goes back
building
to
is
some
crazy.
sort of.
It's quite
It's
delightful,
true.
really.
It's
The
so
world building was kind of the highlight of this episode, seeing like, oh my god,
too.
I forgot how much detailing they put into this town. All these
Yeah.
little
It
businesses.
brings me a lot of joy. It was like when we get to it, we'll get to it, but like a lot of it was just really cute. I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, cute.
Marveling at the world.
Yeah. My whimsy, I
Mesmerized by
suppose.
the beauty of the world.
I was infatuated. I was full of whimsy.
Meanwhile, Granny offers a hug and acts this out by crouching and bonking her forehead into Simon, which Lewis calls the Minecraft equivalent of the hug. Simon's in character says, "Your salty meat is delicious. Thank you, white-haired lass." So yeah, he is
that
doing
did
it.
make
He
me
is,
laugh.
this
It
is
was
probably
stupid.
meant to be read out in dwarf voice. Your salty meat is delicious, like that. I think that's what he's meant to
Thank
be
you,
doing.
white-haired
But I
lass.
always read it as very
Thank
robotic,
you.
just screaming.
Literally,
You know,
me
Simon's
too.
screaming voice, of course.
Me
No, I
too.
love that. I think that's funnier.
After they hug, he turns to Lewis and says, "I think she's my wife now. I'm not sure what
That was
happened."
insane. They were just like immediately like, "Damn, this grandma though. Damn, this grandma." I was like, "Okay,
Get it,
can I
get it,
help
Simon,
you?"
Get it.
Honestly, respect.
I was
this
like, on
time
the one
around.
hand, what?
Go
On
for
the
the
other hand,
guild.
get
Go
that
for the
GILF.
guild.
So
Go for the guild.
it was kind of a torn
Might
thing
have to
where I
be
was
the
just
name
like,
of
"This is."
video.
That is. Oh, we're gonna get demonetized from the videos that I don't make any money off of. Fuck.
Oh no, guys! You disrespect
Uh,
my Petronius. Petronians.
What was I fucking doing? Granny's laying it on thick, commenting on his muscles.
That was
Lysander asks,
insane.
"You two want some privacy?"
Lysander was respectful. You see, they were like, "Oh, I bet he has gay sex," but meanwhile, they wrote down like straight sex in there, and he was like, "Respect. Do you
Yeah.
need some privacy?" Lysander,
Bro,
the
it's such a
goat.
such a fucking double standard. Can we just talk about that?
Exactly.
Oh, literally.
You can have straight Minecraft sex in public chat, but if you even like, think about making
If you
your
even think
peak
of
as
storing a
man,
triple-ended ribbed nobbler in your chest,
God forbid
some
nobblers do
spaceman's
anything.
gonna rifle through it. So
This is the fucking
I love
episode
Lewis
called
trying
that.
to ask how like her business works and whether like they need to pay for things while they're doing like ERP. It's like
yeah.
it's been a Lewis. It's been a long day. I think I'm gonna turn in. he nods his head to gesture at Granny. Maybe if you and the Skylord can just go and just be somewhere else. And then they're
He
like,
really
okay, let's
wanted
go
that.
to the tour.
That woman, and
I just stopped everything because when Lewis turned to leave, I saw the pool table made of grass blocks, and that's the best Minecraft build of all time.
I
That
didn't
is-
even notice that.
That's
Shit.
the greatest thing ever. The signs on the side to make it look like it's wood paneling. Oh my
that's
god,
so
the grass
smart.
the grass block pool table is unbeatable.
Oh,
It's
it's so
fucking
We should be
unbeatable.
making
It's
it
all
town.
right there.
I want to make a town like this. I just do better when I start with a flat world.
See,
which
now
is...
when we get back to Kitty World, it'll all make
Yeah,
sense.
all
We'll
makes
put in
sense.
pool
We'll
tables.
get Skyland.
I'll solve it.
Not Skyland.
Yeah, I should go back to
Not
Kitty World.
Skylanders, please.
Oh.
Can we get Lysander?
I remember grass block pool table like it was yesterday, like it were my own brother. That's what I wrote here.
I'm so glad it's been determined to the.
And then the text chat. Simon's going crazy, like in the unvoiced text chat.
It is so crazy. It just kept going. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, okay, are you
I
done?
love honeydew. Your cake is so sweet and moist. Dot.
I like he
Zephos.
just stopped. Just like,
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
Judgmental.
Granny Bacon solicits. Yeah.
No, keep
You
going,
know,
keep going,
Birch?
keep going.
No, please. You could say
No,
it. You could say what we're all
okay.
wanting to hear.
Oh, she sucked the life out of him.
Hold on. Hold on. Well, she
literally.
solicited him to lick her icing, which made Simon laugh really hard, and then they started making sex noises.
I just like
they were
that.
wanting. So Lysander's trying to explain like the beauty of the city, the waterfalls cascading down, and how the thoroughfare, and Sam's going, ugh, ugh, and like doing
really
all the
funny.
voices and all the noises.
I don't know if they were in a voice call or not. I just cannot imagine must have been there, like, just watching this, and just like, oh, okay, so they want to have, like, pretend sex with our granny guy. Okay, we'll have to account for that, I guess.
Towards the end of the moaning bit, my computer made an error sound, and I thought it was on Lewis's end, but it was also, like, right at the point where, like, they were starting to wrap the bit up, and I'm just like, is that the sound it makes when you finish?
He
That's
did.
what happens.
This is
when
how
you finish
Minecraft goes.
Yeah, Birch was not lying. There was a soul lost today. I admitted in my notes that I did laugh when he shot me bolt. I assume he accidentally
did
shot
laugh.
an actual real arrow.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of head
I
trigger
just-
these days.
I didn't even know. I just thought it was another sex joke, and I was just like,
It
I
is,
care about
but
the
it's,
sky!
like, awesome.
Can we stop
You're
talking about
tying it into it, yeah.
it?
It was literally a Joel Vinesauce moment. I'm having sex in Minecraft.
Oh, good lord.
Lewis,
It just wouldn't stop, and I was like, okay. Sir.
Lysander's explaining how the floating islands are what made Mistral City a great power in Minecraft. Yeah, what kind of power? Like a naval power? Like
Used
a
to?
military
Is
power?
it over?
A scientific power? What? Tell me more, King.
Literally, I was listening to him. He could keep going. I won't have Minecraft sex in the middle of it.
Lewis looks up and he does see a mysterious nameplate through the underside of the floating island. Oh God, there's someone up there. Fumblemore. Wonder who that is.
I'm always fumbling
Simon
more.
in chat says, I'm sorry. I got nervous. This has been great. Call me, okay? Granny Bacon says, you shot your bolt in my establishment.
It was a stupid bit, but then after a while, it just was funny after a while, I couldn't lie.
He fumbled a BBW!
Oh, fat bitch, that's even worse! My poor parents hear
So-
this right now, it's
So
okay.
fucking funny. The tone changed so instantly. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Wolfachelia's gonna die, meanwhile,
There wasn't enough sex in this episode, so Skylord Lysander brings up the Snozzy's house of adult pleasures and entertainment.
See,
What's
that's
Your
wrong
sex
with
house,
these
you
guys?
fucking fiends.
Is a healthy sex worker economy.
Nasty little Minecraft.
This is the sequel to Nasty Little
Nasty
Minecraft.
Minecraft Strikes Back.
the sexy strikes back.
So Lewis enters, he sees the Minecraft stripper poles.
I'm
Simon
gonna
says,
be so
damn
real.
it, I need a couple hours to recharge, Lewis. Be reasonable.
Good lord. It just kept going, and I was
So
just
much
like, okay.
sex and violence.
The sexful Minecraft.
It seems today.
They see another Skylander. They see a Skylord through the wall, not a Skylander. But first they have to go to the tennis courts.
First, we have to play.
Yeah, it almost looks a little bit more like a pickleball court than a tennis court.
It-
just
They
because
would
it's
play
like,
Kinda like,
Pickleball.
because there's no way to make it, like, yeah, it's all weird. And
just because like pickleball fields are like, it's tennis courts, but like, you know that little line going in the middle of each
Mhm.
quadrant long ways? You just use that part. That's why I thought it was pickleball instead of tennis.
I'm
'Cause
glad
it
we
only
live in a
had
world
one.
that we have pickleball.
there's a cow playing tennis. The fucking snowballs in
Yeah,
the
I
chest.
think-
There's a
Did he
diamond axe in the chest.
I think I was drawing something. I swear to God, it looked like he was like shooting the cow, and I was like, "What the fuck, that cow ever do to you?" The fuck?
There's an opium den next to the
next
tennis
door.
court.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was
What
supposed to be like a Breaking
fuck?
Bad joke or not, because I think it's already come out by then. But I was just like, "Why is there an opium den?"
They're not. They do not even take a second to comment on it at all. They're
They were
so
just
like,
like-
go get play tennis.
It's
Like it's
tennis.
normal. They just have those in Britain in the 21st centuries. Just opium
Probably. I
dens.
mean, it's British
I mean-
people.
I mean, the amount of hookah bars near me is crazy.
What- it's just what the.
I know
fuck?
it's obviously different, but like, you know, I did have a couple of things about the tennis though. First of all, the texture pack for the wooden shovel is just a little wooden, like it's just a little sandbox toy. I think that's cute.
Yeah.
and Wii Sports music as they play, but then they, like, refer to the cow as Daisy again, and I went, I knew a Daisy once.
Daisy's not a cow. That's
I knew a
Literally
Daisy
playing-
once.
They're playing Ancient Spleef right now.
They're playing. They don't
That's where the,
understand. It's
the
not all.
hobnobbler
There's
comes from.
snow and shovel, but they haven't figured out how to put the two things together right.
They haven't made
So they're
the
just
wheel
trying to. He serves 3 balls in a row. They can't play tennis like this. You can't bat the snowballs back.
The worst
is-
tennis match.
they're-
Preemptive warning.
They're talking. It's like, one me, this one me. It's like, I don't understand what they think is
Wii
happening.
Sports music.
Preemptive warning, my Wi-Fi is shitting the bed right now, so some of you guys will be cutting out my live recording, so I'll have to watch the video, because sometimes, you guys, I'm getting like, I can't hear anything
That's
sometimes.
That's
Alright.
fine.
I can't talk about him fucking that old woman in the opium house because my Wi-Fi hates me.
that didn't happen.
Yeah, but in general,
didn't
though.
go in that
And, I
order.
said, and. You fucking
so-
and the opium house, bro. It'd be crazy if you did both. I would have just turned me off of the episode. I'd be like, okay, it's too much.
They finish their exchange, and Lou says, I think I win. Oh, didn't get to serve!
I think they were
And
lying.
as soon as it's Simon's turn, Lewis suddenly realizes that you cannot hit these, and like, it's like, I think this might go on forever because no one can actually just lose on the turn. And Simon's going, oh yeah, with every win. Simon says, so it's just like male tennis IRL then. Whoever serves wins. That's a good tennis joke for all the fans of
All
tennis.
the big tennis heads.
Yay.
I'm
All
so
the
glad I
big
understand
tennis heads in
tennis.
this voice call.
Tennis
So
heads,
true.
speak
the
up.
All the tennis heads watching Minecraft Yogscast.
Is Simon
2011.
right?
Yeah.
Is he right? Is that how that goes? So then they go to Prius Bar's opium hut. It's not even a den, it's a hut.
I just,
Yeah.
I can't
Why-
believe that's just a thing, and nobody like says anything about
Why
it. I'm like,
is
yeah.
there an opium den? How do you craft opium?
Literally believe in love. That's why he was such like he was so rude too. That's the best
Oh
part.
god, he's an opium fiend, Simon.
Types in, where is drugs?
Simon does do that.
That was funny.
All
Wow.
cats,
Where's
famously.
drugs? He was so excited.
He's just like Skylord Jasper. That's the new guy that we meet. He's just like sticking his head into like flowers, which is how you smoke opium. You just
Yeah.
like
You
sniff
just smell
flowers.
beautiful roses.
I like the idea actually of in this whimsical world the equivalent of like doing drugs, just smelling a rose so tender and beautiful.
That's how it goes. He's a bit Eggman looking, this Jasper fellow.
My first thought
with his
was Walter
goggles and
White.
his bald head.
I was like Walter White, so I mean I don't know.
There you go. There you go.
Whose
It fits for
opium
what he
den
runs.
do you think you're entering?
Yeah.
When a dwarf comes up to the opium den with a gun.
Minecraft
You think that me?
Winnebago.
Walter, I'm not taking your bacon, Walter.
I don't want your finest bacon, Walter.
Walter White, you're
Uh,
about to crash your airship.
Yeah, but Simon has to do is Lewis, I'm a miner. I can't go in there.
That
I
was a
love
pretty funny
this.
bit.
Best part of the
It
episode.
Literally.
of course, no miners, crazy guy.
I just like the idea
Uh,
of this opium hut just having a please no minors. Thank you.
I love Lewis.
Yeah.
He like steps into this free establishment, an adult man, and this is Jasper, the only guy in there, turns to him and goes, "Leave this place!" in all caps.
That was so aggressive.
What
I
the
noticed.
fuck? Lysander says he's not a friendly person,
I just like he's like, nah,
This
he's
is
kind of like
true.
scary.
and then where is drugs? It's become day now. The sun rose while they were playing tennis.
Where is drugs
Uh,
is so good. I'm sorry. This
There's
would
a
have had like
creeper
total
locked
detail.
in this flat fenced-off area, which I
Yeah.
remembered was a mine. It's like a closed mine, and he's just there.
Uh-oh.
So let's move on.
Uh-oh.
I was just like,
Oh,
oh,
Lewis looks up at the platforms up there, and he's like, "Oh, how do we get up there, man? I want to go up top, man. I want to get up there." He sounds so sad.
let him play toys. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Once again, doors on the fences for gates because we ain't got no gates yet.
I know
He did
that made
not-
me feel crazy. I
I
was
did take
just like,
note of that one. That's fucking crazy.
God, was it really that long? Like that later on?
So there's a building right next to it, really nice looking building, blacksmith, and he says, unfortunately, our resident smith is on holiday to Terrorvale at the moment. Which is like,
I was like, oh no.
I'm like, Daisy? I'm like, who the fuck even lives in that town anymore? Everyone's been kidnapped or dead. Or dying old man.
That's what it's called, Terrorvale.
We
finally figured it out.
Lewis steals some food and gets admonished for it. They put together that this might mean Daisy by, they click in their brains, wait a second, blacksmith, Terrorvale.
They finally had a brain cell clink together, like, for one.
It's the Duke Smithy. That's her. Daisy Duke. That was
Like,
her name. Then Lewis, of course, has to walk in and steal more from her because he just can't get enough of just waltzing into her fucking place of business and stealing shit from her chest.
In his defense, whenever
You want to go and find every single fucking house she owns across all of Minecraftia just to steal from her, Lewis?
To be fair, when I play an RPG,
no matter the town.
in an RPG, I love to loot, so I can't really get mad at him.
It's true, I understand.
Like,
it's just like, come on, man.
but specifically her, come on, she's already been through so
Lewis
much.
Making Lewis in The Sims 4 and giving him the kleptomaniac.
I would love that.
Honeydew ask Lysander whether he means Daisy. Scarlet actually reveals that it's Daisy's father who owns the joint, so he's just gone to Terrorvale to replace her,
for
me's,
the 0 people
To
who
look
live
for
there
her.
anymore.
or yeah, maybe he's on his own epic quest to find her.
Maybe he's in a soul searching quest.
I don't know how much I want to like talk about where the story goes, but I super forgot about Mr. Duke and whatever adventure he's on. You make a comic about that. Make an IDW side story.
Yeah.
Make some expanded universe content. He can meet Bob, who used to live in Israphel's house. They can go on an adventure. Lewis looks at the bulletin board in town because no Minecraft town's done without a bulletin board. Mrs. Miggles lost her cat. Mrs. Periwinkle has kittens. Oh God, how did I get here? I am not good with signs.
I like that one. I'm not good with sign. Just the one.
And a porn hotline ad, because this town is just filthy.
There have been so many porn jokes in these
This
2 episodes.
This whole town is shacked up in sin.
I was about to say, well, this is the shack.
This is the fucking Cinder Shack, and it's floating. Man, the fucking Skylord Elite cluck their tongues and stroke their beards up above, and they let the city fall to depravity.
Oh, no.
That's all. That's what it's all about. It's the
shack.
world.
I was gonna say, there's something there.
Down
It's
with the devil. They
my
love the
shack.
fucking devil. But, yeah. So, Lewis says, ooh, that does not bode well in regards to Mr. Duke and his maybe going on some quest. Who knows what happened to him. Anyway, yeah, the message board, the lumber mill, great tour. These buildings are actually, like, pretty cool. I haven't been describing every single one of them, but they look nice.
It's
They're good builds.
Yay!
And then they're amazed by the scale and scope of it all. It's like an entire city. That's true, Simon.
It's like
Very
a city
good.
within a city.
Very good.
He's just
Bravo.
like me, for real.
Lewis notices that Lumber Co. is owned by Jasper Inc., so not only are they the Skylord's politicians, they're also corpos.
Oh.
It's a
Much
twisted town, no
questions
wonder
about
those
the-
Politicians.
Can that guy who calculates the unemployment rate in Skyrim cities do a video calculating the unemployment rate in Mistral City?
Well, here's the thing. This makes so much sense. Of course, we're all shacked up. In
I mean,
cities.
if we
It's a
want to
rich
take a
people
moment
town.
here, the only people that we actually know who live here are 2 politicians who are employed, Granny Bacon, who is a small business owner, Old Peculiar, who is, I guess, unemployed. I don't know if he's still.
He works in Terrorvale.
He's kind of abandoned his post a little bit. He's not even. He's from. I don't know. He doesn't work in the city, so he doesn't count, I guess.
They didn't say what his dad did.
There's Fumblemore, who we're gonna meet later. There's Father Brayburn, who's a pastor. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people in this town that we meet. But I don't know. They seem to be doing good for themselves. There's presumably the prostitutes who work at the House of Adult Pleasures. Of course, there's Snozzy, who owns it. Of course, we can infer. I can't believe I forgot Snazzy and Priolubus or whatever the fuck, whoever owns the opium hut.
Polybius.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be scary.
That would be a funny ass thing.
speaking of a bunch of fucking names, they entered the cemetery full of joke
Yes,
graves, which is
Yeah.
like 1,000,000% necessary in every Minecraft city build. By the way, if you ever built a city and you
Literally.
didn't make a graveyard full of like
Oh my
funny
God.
joke headstones,
I
I don't know what's up with you.
Right.
What's the problem?
I loved it because it
It's
was so very reminiscent of like such dry like British humor. Do you know what I mean?
It is so.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. They are so like that.
It's really great. It's just like,
Uh,
oh yeah.
Right before they get to the cemetery, they pass by the church and they comment on how cool the stained glass looks.
Yeah,
and it's
the-
just wool.
Yeah.
In place of glass.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was like,
man,
oh.
wait till they put real stained glass in
It's
this
so
game.
funny.
Oh,
It's just
man.
wool next to actual glass. If you squint, they blur together. That's how it's like
Okay.
pointillism.
It's
So they Skylord Jasper is here to look down sadly at some grave. He left a flower. Very sad, very deep character. There's a
Flowers
Dave
on the grave.
exclamation point Yognot grave.
Dave
His-
Yognot!
His
Dave
epitaph
Yognot.
reads, "He had the balls."
He had the balls.
I don't know. I
Poor
just wrote
Dave.
down a few of these. I don't know if anyone else wrote down ones that they
Uh,
liked.
Not
I
really.
honestly,
Other
I
than-
didn't. I was just
Mike-
like, these are awesome.
Michael Barrymore's career.
That was.
Oh my god!
I
almost
sure
forgot
didn't
about
fucking
that.
understand that until I looked it up.
Total Biscuit one is pretty sad now.
Yeah, the
considering-
Total
Yeah,
Biscuit
oh my
one.
God.
There's so many
I had to
comments about that.
I had to look that up. That was almost scary because
Yeah, he passed away many years after they released this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an unfortunate little funny joke
Oh,
about their.
no.
Their friend.
I don't know if they were friends
think
or
they
if they like
acquaintance.
were just new. Yeah. Maybe he was just popular and they're like, haha, here's a little shout out. They did actually no, yeah, they were definitely friends because I
Yeah.
think
They did a video at some point.
I think it wasn't too long after this or around this time where they played that like funny magic game together where they were wizards. I don't remember what it's called,
Yeah.
but they played it. They were best friends.
Oh,
Yeah, I wrote down fell off a lot. He fell off a lot.
that would be pretty good. I was like, it felt like I was in the Monty Python thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did feel like Monty Python.
But here's another name I wrote down. The grave Jasper was mourning at. It was Reverend John's.
Whoa!
Missing, presumed undead.
Presumed
dead.
Dun dun dun. Who moved his corpse there, do you think, after Lewis
Well, it said
slew
that he
him,
was
so-
missing, so he's not under there.
Yeah, I guess that's why. Yeah, it's an empty grave. Presumed undead. I guess they're just like, well, you know, if they don't get buried, they're probably a zombie. I guess that's how it works.
That is probably
You have
how
to
it
do the
works in
rites
this
on them.
world.
Yeah. In the window right above the scary empty grave reveal is the smiling face of Father Brayburn. FYI,
Beautiful
just so we're all clear.
So it got
His
me.
beautiful smile.
His beautiful smile.
Oh my god, this is pretty epic. I like this graveyard, says Lewis. That's what I
wish
say
my
whenever I
graveyard was
go to a
epic.
graveyard.
Alright,
True.
Yeah.
So the Michael Barrymore thing, this is a super British joke. He's a British comedian. His career was
Oh.
ruined in some scandal where a guy turned up dead at a house party in his pool.
Oh,
It's
Oh my
my god.
and there's some stuff about him being gay and having problems and I don't know,
Ooh.
kind of a downer. The guy had some signs of sexual assault. Not very, you know.
Oh
and
my
they
God.
they decided not to dwell on it for so long. But Simon did point out that right next to the grave is a little pool.
oh no.
No.
I don't know how long. I don't know what was going on in that time period exact. I think it happened like a while ago at that point.
Mm.
It's
Oh, I
so
guess
very
that-
much.
guess
You can
there's a
tell
pretty
this
good
is the
reason
era of
like I said.
Yogscast where they just said whatever. They had opium
They were
huts.
they were
They
loose
just make
cannons.
jokes.
Before
literally.
the woke mob. Stop them.
Now they have. I don't know. I was gonna say they have gay sex, but I actually don't know.
I thought you were going to say before the woke war.
I fought in the woke wars.
He fought with my father in the woke war.
Please.
I trust him.
Call me Honeydew
Uh,
Jr.
But
My father fought in the woke wars.
so also Israphel has a grave here
Yeah.
too.
How many times
We
this
do
guy
not
died?
speak of him, says his epitaph.
I love that comment first. It's like, how many times this guy died? The idea of a character who just has a grave in every
Every
city.
town.
Me,
He's
I would
just
do
died
this.
so many times. Oh,
It's
man.
each of his parts.
His epitaph reads, "We do not speak of him."
Do not speak of
Lewis immediately takes out his pick to dig up a plot, but when he digs it up, there's a boom sound effect, and it's like, oh,
There's a
it's
fine
empty.
boom.
It's empty. It is a fine boom.
It was really
The grave
funny. It
is
was like, oh, hi,
empty.
fine boom.
Lysander asks, "What are you doing?"
That
You
was really
desecrated a grave. What are you doing?
It looked
Sorry,
like
sorry.
Like, when you get
He,
caught in a
like,
game
like
for
a
stealing.
Scrambled, tried to fucking put it back. He fucked up the placement.
There's like a door there, and they're just like, we'll just put a pin in that for later.
Also, I mean, Simon placed the door in there.
Oh, he did?
Put
I
it
didn't
in
know.
by accident.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
It made me
God.
laugh. I was just like, okay, he buried it. Okay, well.
I love
goodbye.
I love them just not explaining like to Lysander at all. That's cool. Whatever. He
It's
doesn't
really
even know.
good. It's
There's
really
a weird
good.
cut all of a sudden, where Lewis is looking at the graves of Dagron and Dargon.
That's right.
Then he sees two empty plots with their names on them.
That made me laugh.
Oh, there's a pig and a dog.
There's a pig and a duck in Simon's
Pig and a duck,
grave.
pig and a duck, and a pig
The
and a duck.
epitaphs for Honeydew, it's ah.
That's true.
And
He would say
Zephyr
this.
says, "Goodbye, friend," which is really true to them.
Aww.
It's true. They would say this.
For
Well,
some reason in my notes on here, I put a line from St. James Infirmary by Cab Calloway, which is, "When I die, bury me in my straight leg breeches." And I'm
bury
like,
me with my duck and pig.
it's Minecraft. All breeches are straight legged.
It's true.
It's true. Oh
And
my
they're all
God.
box coats, by
Yeah.
definition. But for some reason, Simon's idea of pig is his idea of heaven is hanging out with a pig and duck in a grave.
Me, I
That's
love
for some
chilling.
reason his version of that.
Me and my
uh,
besties.
Simon gets stuck in the glitchy animals in his grave, and Lysander says, "It's a bit early for that." Just to bring up the nasty little Minecraft quota, Simon's having sexual gratification from being like pushed around by the animals.
Yeah, I didn't even know what
that's
to
all
say.
about.
There was just
That
so
must
much
be
sex. It was
some
so
nuanced
horny.
British humor I don't get.
I think British people just think sex with animal equal funny.
Uh,
Sad. British people lose
so,
again. Many such
After he
cases.
spots Lewis, I think Simon spots Fumblemore up there. He spots the name because he's looking up from his hole, and then to his credit, he's like, "Okay, this is starting to piss me off." And he
That was
gets out of
really
there.
good. He was
That's
like,
so,
"Alright, I'm
he's such a
done."
good model for mental health. Sometimes you just gotta say that.
Sometimes you gotta say
It's-
that shit ruined me. That shit sick of me.
Fumblemore. They see the
Fumblemore.
floating island with a wizard tower. It's not connected to any
Wow.
bridgeways or other floating islands. It's just standing alone. Maybe you need to get in like an airship up there. Simon points out that you can just swim up the water.
So
But then he gets
smart.
Father Brayburn jump scared.
That was really good.
And Lewis says, "I love Father Brayburn."
Aww.
He
Yeah.
loves that guy.
Don't we
And
all?
that's the... My notes got fucked up. Did anything happen after that one? Or did it cut right after that?
Really.
Pretty much immediately
Yeah, alright.
afterward it was done. Once again, thought Father Brayburn was 21 Venture Bros. Because of his glasses and his hair. Because I thought
Crazy
it was
guy.
like the
Yeah, the mask, the butterfly mask.
butterfly mask, yeah.
He turned into a
Well,
butterfly.
that's
Crazy
part
shit I've ever
3. An unprecedented level of
seen. Horniness.
mature contents in this one. Really not. It just goes to show this shit is not TVY.
They just didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck. YouTube was just a wild, wild west back
YouTube
then.
is trying to make you evil.
It's true.
Sexual Minecraft.
No wonder my parents were trying to block YouTube time for me. Damn.
All you see is violence on YouTube
Mindful
and
sex there.
sex on YouTube.
Sex on Minecraft.
Oh, I have some comments.
Oh,
Oh,
Ancient,
please,
ancient
I-
comment?
I think I saw one, and I hope you mention it.
I don't know. I didn't do a super thorough search of these ones, and so I may have missed it. So if I don't say it, please say it. From Coral Wow about the signs on the board, Smokey the Creeper says, "Don't start fires. Someone on that server, cough cough, should take those words to heart."
There is later when they're spoilers, but they go up there. there's like a forest fire just randomly in the distance.
That is really funny.
From fellow Kinnics, I'm sorry, but is this even not mature enough to be on YouTube? They seemed fairly graphic, or at least some kind of ultra high R in the background. Made me laugh my ass off, though. And then lastly,
True.
from
It needs to be
K-Man,
R.
hilarious, bloody hilarious. But I suggest to avoid some sexual innuendo. Maybe some children see this videos.
True. I think
Children in
one or two might have.
Minecraft? No.
Some
I
children
think one or two named Gina might have saw that video as a
That's
child.
crazy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright,
That's why I'm into fat bitches today, I guess.
Hooray!
Yes,
from
the
flat
lore.
bitches to fat bitches.
Sorry, it took me a second.
Milnak,
Good,
first
good.
off, it's
That
very
hurts.
evil of you to look at comments. They might spoil the
I-
entire series.
I know I need to be so vigilant, but I scrolled down slightly, and the top comment was apparently how. Okay. May I? First off, may I be absolved? Second off, may I read the top comment?
You can
This is
read the top
giving me
comment. I
insanity.
forgive you. I want to know what it is.
It's from Rose9913, giving props to this 9-year-old commenter. I assume they're older than 9. This was just how long the comment was posted. Knowing that Granny Bacon is Sips makes everything a million times better.
It is.
that-
It makes so much sense.
I
Everything
know
that
that.
went down
That's so
In-
instantly
uninitiated.
becomes clear. Oh my god.
For the
Sips.
uninitiated, who sips?
Sips is
Yeah.
a member of the Yogscast with a very like deadpan, like sort of comedy style. He's Canadian.
Oh my
I
god!
don't
Slay!
I don't remember if Sips was into very crass humor. I feel like I can imagine him saying a lot of
Kind
crass
is.
things.
He kind.
I imagine a lot of comments were about how much Sips must have been laughing his ass off during this.
If he's a bit like Scorpy, if you know who Mr.
Oh my
Scorpy
God!
Hopkins is.
Scorpy!
I would describe.
Some might say
they
he's
have
the
kind-
Scorpy of the
He's
Yogscast.
the Scorpy of the Yogscast.
That makes no. I really hate that. I understood that immediately. I understood that.
Is
I would like to go on record saying if there are any, like, I know never meet your heroes, whatever. If there's anything bad that comes out about Sips, I would not be able to live with myself after.
You're
He
so
is my hero.
I don't know
Oh,
Sips, but
the
he's my
realest
hero
guy,
I
because
would
of you.
the
cry.
only guy.
He has to be good, please. I would
He's
not
the
be
only
able to bear
one.
it.
Yeah, that's kind of the only comment I had, really. I lost all my comments because I forgot to save my notes for some reason.
No.
Next up is Part 4, Proper Quest, which I didn't say last time, but the first video was 4.5 million, which was down a little bit, but this one is also 4.5 million, so clearly everyone liked the Granny Bacon thing so much that they had to see the next episode.
Yeah.
They had to follow their roller coaster romance.
It was just
Yeah.
so much, you see.
Milnak, I know that you have to leave at some point.
That's the thing. I said that, but over the course of us talking, I've actually been renegotiating that scheduling. I can stay. It's all good. It's
It's
awesome.
a Ross birthday
Yeah.
miracle!
It's a Rosmus miracle!
It's a Rasmus miracle. Look under your seats. There's
And
a
you get a
Rasmus
Ross.
that's
And
right
you
there.
get a Ross.
Oh, it's a bunch
It
of
is.
hair!
It's a deadly neurotoxin.
It's my official Nendoroid. It sucks.
Wow. I would love a
Yeah.
Ross Nendoroid. Don't even lie to me.
Dude, we're gonna get Funko Pops before the actual Yogscast, and Lewis is gonna be mad.
I would
But-
love to have a
okay.
terrible Funko Pop of me. Not even like a
There's no-
U2's. Sorry, continue.
There's no new postcard, which I describe as we're still in the same chapter.
Yeah.
Lysander is gonna lead them to the Sky Tower.
Dun-dun-dun.
And the first thing that happens in the episode is they walk past a house labeled the Astley Residence, and when I saw that, my sleeper agent training activated because I knew the creeper would be inside the house.
Because it's a You got Rick
That's
rolled.
Mr. Astley.
Yeah.
They're
love
like
references.
gawking at it, and Lysander's like, "What's wrong? Mr. Astley is a proud member of society." They ask whether he's a reformed creeper, which is a crazy thing to say, and Skylar says
Yeah.
yes, and then also adds, "I wouldn't go inside."
Don't be disrespectful to him, bro.
Lewis is
The entire
rummaging through
interaction
literal
was so
dumpster.
charged.
Hmm?
Yeah.
The entire interaction was so charged. It was funny, but it made me uncomfortable.
It was
What?
insane.
It was great, but it was horrible.
What interaction? The Mr. Astley interaction?
Yeah.
What?
Why?
Why were you uncomfortable? Can you explain your feelings?
They're so
it's
mean to
just
that
like, you know,
creeper.
listen. Obviously, I trust that Minecraft AI is very consistent, but that feels so hurtful to say behind this guy. I don't know. It's like if he's a member of society, then he's a member of society. Treat him as
No, I
such. You
get
can't
you,
play
yeah.
both.
You just don't go in there, man. It's gonna be a
Just
little.
don't go.
Just don't go.
Dude,
That's-
maybe don't go into some random guy's house. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
How about you just
yeah.
don't intrude on his life? Please
I mean,
respect his privacy
that-
at this time.
I mean, that's also fair. That's very reasonable.
I'm sorry it was so hurtful to you. I laughed really hard
You
when
wouldn't-
Skylar said I wouldn't go inside.
Oh, I wouldn't go
I
with
just,
that.
I just thought it was interesting. That's all.
The fucking world building, I swear. What's going on with the socio fucking political shit?
It's
here?
Mr.
It's
Astley.
crazy.
even knows?
Exactly.
Employed.
Yeah.
Is he employed? That's a good point. I don't know. I guess we wouldn't know. Maybe he's buddies with that guy at the mine. Maybe he's also employed.
Yeah.
Lewis is dumpster diving.
Literally, he walks away.
Fumblemore-
It just does that. It's so good.
He walks down a dark alley to dumpster dive.
He goes into
Uh,
this beautiful world, and then he just goes down an alley and just like, I'm gonna pick up some garbage, which is a string and
I
some
love this because, like, some comments talked about this. Lewis was, like, present for the building of this city. I don't know why he, like, I don't know. I feel like he should know that there's not going to be a bunch of bullshit hidden for him. That's right, Lewis, the secret dumpster sword. You got the best sword in the game, man. Let's calm down. Also, your inventory's so full.
It hurt looking at his inventory so
Maybe you should
much.
throw some of your stuff away in the dumpster instead of into Lysander's bedside cabinet.
Yeah.
He's so
Rooting around in the Minecraft garbage.
Far
garbage.
above them, Fumblemore shouts, "Abracadabra!" And then there was an explosion. And then
Great
he said,
fumble.
"Cripes, that didn't work. Back to the drawing board."
I like the loud explosion too.
My voice claim for Fumblemore, I did write it down here. Oh god. Wonam from Zelda CDI.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Squala!
Squadala!
We're up!
I literally
Isn't it
heard it.
Beautiful.
Gee,
Okay, so
it's boring around here.
then Simon fucking voices Father Brayburn. "Oh dear, not another one of Fumblemore's spells again." That's a pretty good voice, Simon. So much background dialogue is happening as Lysander leads him down the tree-lined street to the Sky Tower. Imposing cobble construction. Then Simon gets flabbergasted by more wall art of Lewis and Simon. It's the art from the video, from the fucking adventure recap. It's them by the portal, like, talking about going in. And Simon's like, what? He's like trying. It's like the real character is reacting to seeing like art of himself for the first time.
It's really
He like
good.
doesn't understand.
It's really cool.
Lewis
art, though.
Lewis says tales of our exploits have obviously been heard across the land, Simon.
Gesturing to my art
Then
that
he
you did use for the video,
then he-
right?
then he asks him to take out his pick so he can pose next to the photo of him holding the diamond pick like it's Disneyland.
That's the best part. He's my celebrity.
This is literally the aged marble statue of Honeydew we were talking about last week. It's real. This is as
can't
close as
believe
we're
it.
ever gonna get.
I was right.
Just
I was a
public
prophet.
mural of them. I love this texture pack. The tower looks really cool with the stone, the cobble and the stone, smooth stone, the windows. The windows are very nice with their like weird latticing or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
quite
nice.
lovely. I love this. Everything about this makes me really miss old Minecraft. Like, it makes me want to boot up my PS3 and play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As soon as they're like walking, I'm like, oh boy, we can't wait to go. Skylord says, our tour is over. And they go, oh.
Oh.
You cannot go up there unless you are a Skylord. Damn,
Stop.
classism.
You
This
ever-
makes me wonder, is Fumblemore a Skylord or is he just a
Just a
freeloader?
wizard.
He's a
Is
wizard,
he
which
just
means
an
he's allowed
independent contractor with no ties to anything? Why is he allowed? I don't know. Maybe he's not allowed up there, so he's just on his own float. You didn't say I couldn't be on my own floating island, you
to.
prick.
It's true. He was against the law. Let's go.
Lewis asks, even for heroes like us? Blinks.
I love that.
But please, listen. Old Peculiar is sick and has been getting weaker. There's a random arrow sound. I don't know what that was.
No, Jimmy funny. Don't worry about it.
Lewis says it's not safe in the city at night. It is getting dark. It's 90s.
Yeah. Once again. Oh, I was gonna do the Zelda CDI thing again. He goes like, the old man is sick or whatever. And then, I know it's not technically the same wording, but Zephyr says something along the lines of, let me summon my King Harkinian voice for a second. How can we help?
It's true. He asks that. He was once a powerful knight, but seems old before his time. He's aging rapidly, I write here.
The town that makes you old!
I
Fuck,
fear
that's why
that his
nobody
time
else
in
is
Terravale
here.
has poisoned him somehow. No,
that makes you
Terravale,
old.
get Daisy's dad out of there!
Rest in peace, Daisy's dad.
The taint of Terravale, Simon says. They're gonna love that word.
Yeah, they were like, oh, okay, so this is the word of the day. I see. It's
We
like
need his
Sesame
strength
Street.
if we are to defeat ... Israphel.
Israphel.
And then Simon makes really awful farty thunder noise.
It's
Well,
true.
did you hear that? Did you hear that just now? He got so scared.
I'm thinking about this character. My dad made me watch Young Frankenstein with him when I was a little boy. And there's a character in that named Frau Bücher, where every time someone would say her name, the horses outside would get scared and go crazy. That's Israphel to me.
True.
Good.
He's scary.
It's true.
If there are horses in the game, you know they'd be scared of him.
Horses could not drag me.
I asked, hey, if he knows about Israphel and his whole evil deal, why was he so freaked out about the grave robbing Lewis did? I mean, I get it on principle, but shouldn't he, like, be wary of Israphel?
I think if anyone was grave robbing in front of me, I'd be like, whoa, what the hell are you
Yeah,
doing?
I guess he just didn't see. He was gonna, oh, don't worry, I've already robbed that grave.
What are you doing? I've already
I
robbed
can't
that
trust-
one.
Lewis laughs at Simon and says that maybe they shouldn't say that name because it'll cause bad stuff. Like missing chunks in SMP. True. It's all the work of Israphel, I'm telling you.
Literally.
Just so we're clear. When you're playing like modern like Bedrock Minecraft with your friends and your skins get all like mixed up or either missing, that's Israphel. That's fucking Israphel.
Because you're
He's
always
still
like,
at fucking
damn,
large. They
Israphel.
still haven't fucking caught him.
That's what I learned. It's
Yeah.
like the real like thing is
Lock
Israphel is the friend
him
we made along
up.
the way.
Delete. Remove Israphel in the patch notes and then we can finally be safe.
Kill this man. Do it now.
So Skylord is composing. Lewis is like anxiously pacing back and forth in the game, like side to side, side strafing. How would we cleanse him of the taint? Is there some kind of holy fountain of youth, or can we like?
He's got this thing.
It's like he and Simon are trying to think. He's got to think. One of their ideas is invent medicine.
I mean, I really
That
expected
this
from them,
feels like
honestly.
the moment in the Sonic Crazy Cult where they're like,
Guys,
we have to pray
Our
for
fellow crazy cultist King Night All Peculiar is sick.
We need to just come up with ways to help him. I think we should pray for him.
Idea 1: pray.
Pray.
Idea 2: invent medicine.
Oh my god.
Lewis is like, I suppose we should ask, and Simon goes, no, let's guess.
Real.
Lysander
I love
finally
that.
speaks. You have heard the explosions. They came from the wizard's tower. He is wise
The
and will
wizard.
know what to do. The proper quest begins.
Proper quest.
And then another explosion happens, and Fumblemore goes, bugger. He is so wise.
So why?
He's the
Lewis is wondering,
fumbler.
but how are they going to get up and build a bridge across? He thinks the water flow up to the house is too precarious to swim out. But Simon says, we managed it in that escape craft thing. Wow, they're adventure map exploits.
Wow.
Lysander says, unfortunately, without the Solano, we will need to build a bridge over to it. But are they allowed?
Is Fumblemore just trapped up there? How long has it been since Fumblemore came down?
He must take airships, or maybe he can fly because he's a wizard. And he's
I would
so
definitely
powerful.
say he just levitates everywhere. Definitely.
Maybe he uses a TNT cannon to get around.
He's like a soldier, like rocket jumping.
Yeah, or obviously he could always just build a bridge and then break it when he goes back.
Really funny.
So Lysander is going to give them temporary Skylord licenses, allowing them to access the upper city. Huzzah! Simon says.
I mean, William Riker's kind of a Sky Lord. He's a Space Lord.
Don't you? It's space, Zepho's space, Lysander sky, Peculiar Earth, and Simon underground. You gotta remember.
Okay.
Simon is going to be at a stat disadvantage when he goes up into the sky since it's so different.
Bad matchup.
I'm not sure how it works. Is there a badge? Do we get to wear weird goggles? Do we get a uniform? Lysander's doing the paperwork right in front of them with his neck all the way down on the ground as he's scrawling on some notes really quickly.
He's efficient.
Simon asks if they'll get goggles or a leather loincloth in chat. What's going on with you, man? Lewis stole the spade from the tennis court, and Simon does it too! They're so evil. They're so villainous.
What the hell?
He gave them pieces of paper. That's their licenses.
Yep.
Lewis laughs at it being blank, and Simon's like, it's psychic paper. He's so quirky.
My first thought really was...
Oh my god, is that a reference to Doctor Who? You're so quirky.
British people when they can't stop thinking about Doctor Who.
Making fun of him for his own culture's fucking television show.
We're haters.
This British man likes Doctor Who. Kill him!
Kill him! Tear him to shreds!
But then they go out and they see a hot air balloon. Wow. And you're right,
It's really
Lewis.
cool.
It is fucking epic.
It literally is so epic. He's not even lying. Not even
The city at night, seeing below there, this pyramid of dirt with the water for the fountains coming out of it. I remember it so much from my childhood of exploring this map and hanging out. They're admiring the airship that they say they see this airship with two balloons was the one that they saw on Survival Island, and they noticed that the one that they got picked up on was different. So they're like, maybe this one spotted us and then reported us to Lysander or something. And then Simon says, I bet that one would have crashed. True. And then they walk over and Dark Souls location. the camera sweeps around Fumblemore's tower, and then words come out. Fumblemore's tower, very very fun little build. It's classic wizard tower. There's a spiral staircase on the outside of it, very precarious wooden boards. A lot of holes in the stone walls are covered up by wood. Environmental storytelling. So Lewis starts plonking down a smooth stone of all materials for a bridge. He says they're used to building these because of Planetoids, which is an obscure other little Minecraft series they did, which was a custom map where it was this big empty void where a bunch of spheres of blocks spawned, and you'd have oh, this sphere's a bunch of coal, this one's a bunch of iron, this one's a bunch of diamonds, or whatever. So they would have to build to these different spheres and get minerals. I don't know what the point was other than the novelty. Back then in Minecraft it was just whoa, how did anyone do this when there's just a bunch of balls floating in the sky?
Yep. That's what it was referencing. I wrote Planetoids mention in my notes like I actually knew what they were talking about.
Planetoids mention!
Planetoids mention!
Planetoids mention!
Alright.
I love my planetoids.
I love planetoids.
I love playing toys too. Oh, hold on, my cat's eating my headphones again. Hi!
Yummy!
Hi, buddy.
You've got to throw him across the room as hard as you can.
know if that's true.
They
Sad but
make it over in
true.
quick succession. Thanks, planetoids. Simon makes it safer by doubling up. It's so dark on the island, this guy has no torches now. Water is coming out of Fumblemore's house and down into the opium den. I wonder where it comes from. Don't touch that water. You don't want to know where it's been.
We'll never know.
They enter the house, and it's so fucking cool inside. Bookshelves all along the wall. There's glass on the floor with white wool underneath for this weird
It's
sort of
beautiful.
cool effect to happen. Very fun and awesome. Lysander says he's usually in his office, so they ascend this weird staircase to go towards it.
You go outside.
Really? Yeah, they have to go outside again, and it's a really
pretty
scary.
scary.
They're 1 block wide platform.
Literally, it freaks
Simon
me
keeps
out.
going, whoa, whoa. It's so beautiful at dawn, though, with the clouds spread out before them. It's
Yeah.
such a lovely place. That's where I would live. This is where I would live.
Fumblemore's Tower.
True.
Wow.
I would live here if this was the housing. If this was the
I would
mayor.
live here if the people whoever built the stairs for this were the oh god, my brother just sent me a message and my whole computer slowed down. That was scary.
Scary.
Sure.
The way that the stairs are laid out on this tower reminded me of like the scary like Lewis's shitty switchback stairs.
I
These
was
horrible
thinking of
switchback stairs.
Yeah.
True. He'll never
It's
escape
like-
that. It's his reputation
You'll
for
never
life.
escape.
He'll never
it.
escape.
They do reach his office, but he's not there. He's below them. So now they have to backtrack, and Simon's like, Lysander! And Lysander
Backtrack.
says, this tower keeps changing. Which I really like as the implication.
I mean, he was splitting things earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if he had also that going on, too.
Simon casts doubt. He's like, a likely story. God, man, can't you just have faith in him?
He's
Why
such
do
a
you...
hater.
First
Just
he's
trust
gay, now he's a
Lysander.
liar.
Right?
He
He
can't have
struggle.
anything.
Say?
So it's proper wizardy though. I like it, says Lewis. Lewis sees a giant fucking like Jaffa cake in the distance. It's like a round cookie biscuit thing made of logs that he sees.
Oh, that's
I
what
swear
Jaffa
it's a
cakes
Jaffa
look like.
cake because it does look like a Jaffa cake. They're these like brown little round
Little
cookie
hockey
things.
pucks.
Hmm.
So then they make it, and they see that Fumblemore, it's like his like bedroom, his private quarters. He's on the loo, the potty,
He's taking
which
a
is,
shit.
that's what they call it.
The
loo.
restroom.
Oh God, Lewis, turn your back on him. Give him this private, because you know all the doors in Minecraft have windows, so they can see
Yeah.
him. What? Who are you? I'm on the toilet. Give me a minute.
Voila.
Simon apologizes profusely. Lewis offers it. Lewis asks if he needs some paper and takes out his Skylord
That was
license.
really good. That was really
Really
good
funny,
talking.
sneaky bit of comedy there. Lewis comments on the Warwick Davis resemblance of the voice Simon did, and Simon goes, "It's funny that. It's almost as if the repertoire of funny voices I have is quite limited."
He's really funny.
Lysander is sitting in the chair, like crouching to sit on the stair like a chair, but because of the way his goggles are like on his skin as a hat, it like raises them on his forehead and it makes him look very suspicious.
It does.
There's a point where Lewis opens his inventory, and his character model in this inventory menu is positioned so that there's a torch next to Simon, and it's positioned directly behind the character model in the menu's head, so it looks like his head is on fire, like he's a burninated peasant.
No. They're all just awkwardly. I think it's so fucking funny, them just whistling and humming and like. He asked them for a book to use. Pick one by Fabule the Great. That's all they're good for. I love your hot takes, Fumblemore. Take some Skylord licenses. They are soft, strong, and very absorbent, Simon says.
Absorb
It's
it.
taking him a while.
It's pissing. Patience.
It is. It is, isn't it? He got a newspaper in there. We're quite busy. That's what happens when you get old, Simon says. He steps out to have a look at the lovely vista while they wait, which is nice. Skylord asks why their licenses are on the floor, and they quickly pick them back up. Simon picks up Luce's and like throws it over fucking Lysander's head like a football pass. Simon acts. They were looking at this jukebox. They're like, "Oh, what's this block?" And Simon places a giant stone block in front of it. I hate when this happens.
I do sometimes.
This happens.
And then they
to me.
look. They turn their heads, and he's out. From more jump
Yay!
scare.
Jump scare! Woo!
And he asks like who they are. Lewis uses his gay voice. I'm Zephyr, hero of Minecraftia. I am Honeydew of Cosmodan. Lewis, if this guy can't help us, then I don't know who can. I don't think Granny Bacon will be of much help.
Aw.
That's hated
very,
speaking.
very fucked up and sad. Fumblemore introduces himself as a great wizard, so I guess he's not a Skylord, he's just like a weird asshole who just
Maybe
showed
they just
up.
like him a lot, I don't know.
It's in Morrowind. There's an old like imperial fortress that has been like taken over. A wizard grew a big mushroom tower onto it and just sort of stole it, and now he lives there. It's kind of like that in the sense that he's just like squatting. But he's not squatting because he's, it's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not
My
touching the
floating
upper of the
tower isn't
city. It's
connected
fine.
to the other towers.
Fumblemore asks, "What can I do for you, Zapdos?" Simon's like, "You got your name wrong. I don't know if he heard us right. How can he read? How can't he read it? It's right above your head." It's like, dude, they can't see it.
I had to look up what that was because I knew I recognized it. Is this Pokemon?
Yeah. A boy.
The
It's
Pokemon.
a Zapdos.
The legend.
It's good old
It's a
Zapdos
bird.
and Honey
Very
Brew.
spiky
The
bird.
spiky bird.
So Simon Lewis is like, "Our friend is sick. We must save him." Who? What? His hearing is bad. Probably all the explosions.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so his hearing's gone because of the explosion. That's a really good bit.
Simon thinks he might be a little senile. Old Peculiar is suffering from the taint of Israphel, Lewis says.
Yep, word of
Let's
the
see
day.
if any of those words, like, he recognizes them. Taint, probably.
I'm just like, okay.
And Fullermore says, "I'm rather partial to Guinness myself." Which, I learned in the comments that the joke is that Old Peculiar is the name of an ale.
Oh!
All of this time, it's been a
Oh.
beer name.
I didn't know.
So
I-
it's a
Hi.
beer reference. Here's my new God of
I-
Destruction OC, Old
Peculiar.
Peculiar.
I
And his angel, Lysander.
Peculia and Lysander. Actually,
Beautiful lady.
hold on, I'm kind of obsessed with this. Can we cook?
Oh, God. But
have something silly to weigh in on that because
Yeah.
I'm glad you gave me this context. I thought the joke was that he just misheard pint, and now I feel really silly.
I had
I
no
thought that was
idea.
good.
I just was like,
Pint
okay,
of Israphel. That's his angel, the Pint of Israphel.
I
That's
thought it was
him.
just a non sequitur. I was just like, okay, I guess. Confused.
He's so quirky. I love Zephos turning to Lysander, who says with zero punctuation, "Lysander, help us."
That was really good. I love
So
Lysander. He's my
fucking good.
favorite.
I love the grammar and what they can communicate in text.
Yeah.
Fillmore says his ears are still ringing. They need to speak up. And they're like, maybe if we use all caps, he'll hear. Lewis starts saying something, and Simon goes straight to, "Give us the money!"
Give us the money, old wizard!
That was really funny. He was sick of it.
Our friend is sick with taint.
Taint!
Sorry, that was a really
friend-
good way you
Our
performed
friend
it.
is sick with taint.
This happened to my
Taint,
buddy.
yes,
It's so
how
peculiar.
awful. Skylord is yelling in his ear like a cartoon character. I love how Lysander does asterisks. I love when he does that.
Me too. He was taking it
classic
seriously.
He's the real role player here.
Instead
Can you help?
because they type out old_peculiar, and it's just a big, like, you're yelling, "Where's the money?" or whatever. It's someone said, like, I didn't think he had any money, but instead of that, I thought he was gonna say, I didn't think he had any ears.
The guy without fucking ears.
The guy without any
Classic.
That's why
ears.
you can't hear him.
Fumblemore asks, "What's wrong with her?" Fumblemore, she, her peculiar.
Yeah, I
swag.
said.
Yeah, I was
old.
like, wait, hold on. Wait, let's cook. Let's cook.
Lysander is still screaming in his ear
That was
as
really
he's like
good.
slowly beginning to process things. I could rustle up a potion that cures all ills. And they're like, "That's just what we need!" And they all start jumping. Yay! And Lou starts like doom posting. He's like, "I bet it's gonna be like 10 pork." It's not that bad.
10 pork is easy.
I guess when meat doesn't stack, that's pretty fucking annoying. But Fomor asks, "Would you like that?" And then Lysander just nods up and down instead of trying to type anything, which makes Simon laugh.
It
And
is
they all
really
start
funny.
nodding. "That would be good, you crazy bastards." So, here's the ingredients for a potion that cures all ills. Write this down.
Write this down. This will help.
Alright,
A bucket of water from the pool of life.
bucket of water.
Some dirt, 2, maybe. About 5.
5 dirt.
A few feathers, probably. That might help.
Some feathers.
Feather cluster.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
feathers.
some sulfur. 5 sulfur.
Well, hold on,
Sulfur.
hold on. Sulfur?
Oh, and 2 golden apples.
2 golden apples.
Oh my
god.
Easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, that was like, wait, okay.
2 golden apples.
This is the nastiest tasting potion.
2 golden
Got some
apples.
dirt, some apples.
Our heroes replied by handing him a bucket of normal water, which
Yeah.
Skylord says, "I think he just means water. I don't think he cares."
Immediately like, nah, I'm
They
gonna
hand
give you the
him
right
one
things.
block of dirt only, just one. They hand him a bundle of arrows and tell him to rip the feathers off from there. Lewis is like, "Sulfur, you know where we get that? From Astley," Simon says.
They're gonna murder
Really
me.
unfortunate. And Lewis
No!
balks at his request. 2 golden apples.
Yeah, that's
Oh
crazy.
shit, son. He says with purposeful pause between shit and son.
Yeah.
Lewis swears they got a survival island apple from their time astray on the island, but Simon does not have it and he doesn't have it, so I guess it's gone. Then Simon goes, "Wait, the Church of the Holy Apple, I bet they have an apple." It's like, "See, I'm thinking, I can think, I'm not just a pretty face." And he makes like horse noises or something, I don't know.
Wow, love truly does win in the end.
It's a proper quest. It's a proper quest, just like they
quest.
said. Episode end card. The world building in these episodes with the tour and the quest is crazy. We are in the role playing game. It's happening. We're here.
It's real.
It was so good. I'm so happy.
I love Mistral City build. It really is. I forgot just how many little businesses and little placards and shit. Man, imagine today you could, with all their fucking money, they could hire like a full population of a small country to hang out there.
Yeah.
I would totally have signed up for that
That's
if
true.
I knew
would
about
play
it. That'd be
I
fun.
would gladly be an NPC for your town. Hire me.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's so great. Comments time.
Yeah, comments time.
Bert, you got any oldies
Yes.
but goldies?
I have one that
Got any Goldie apples?
No, unfortunately, I have no Geldy apples, but I have one that I got mad at, and one that is just funny because of spellings and such.
Mm-hmm.
From Zoo Hybrid.
Mhm.
This series is so slow. I'm getting bored. It's not like the first series. Each episode, I lost a little more interest. Hopefully, this quest will be entertaining. Unlike all this slow, boring roleplay where
That
nothing
is
happens.
crazy to
Are
me.
you referring to the
Wow.
first series
Sorry,
where they
unlike
were
all this-
underground and in the dark doing nothing? You
Dude,
talking about the
do
same
you not
one
remember
I'm
what the
remembering?
first series was about?
You remember? Are you sure?
This is 100 times more eventful than their survival games. Like,
Literally.
I don't know what the hell that person's talking about.
Literally.
I'm tired of adventuring with Skylord.
Let's go back and huddle in the dark like a scared
I
caveman.
hate the Skylar. That's what you sound like.
Then
What's the other one?
Here from Hypnot47. Why play this shit game? I bet it doesn't have more features than, for example, RuneScape. That's it. I just like
RuneScape.
I just like
Right.
for
The
example.
alternate universe where they're doing RuneScape
I bet it
instead.
doesn't have as many features as, for instance, Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I play this shit game.
I love all of the horribly aged Minecraft. Why are you playing this shit game? This game will never get popular.
This
No one
will
will
never
ever
get
enjoy
popular.
this game.
No one will ever make a podcast about it, like, years later.
And I'm sure not making my podcast about RuneScape, let me tell you that, brother.
Yeah.
One comment alleges that the air balloon that Lewis comments on as being cool is actually the only thing that he built in the whole series.
That's really funny.
He's complimenting his own work there. That's lovely, though. Look how far he's come from his horrible stairs.
Exactly.
Now he's building epic balloons. The only other one I have from GA Church says, 12 years later, I'm in pain rewatching this and then seeing where the Yogscast is now. It feels as if the soul has left them.
Calm down. Now.
I mean,
They just
it
do
is,
different
like,
stuff
how many
now, yeah?
years?
Calm down. Calm down.
They're old
They
guys.
sold out.
They say less
They
slurs
sold out,
now.
honestly.
I'm surprised they haven't actually sold out.
They do say less slurs. If they, as soulless husks, if they say less slurs, I think overall I'll take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As much as I might have some fondness and nostalgia for it all, I do prefer the slurless Yogscast.
It's very scary.
This is just a quick aside. Doesn't have really anything to do with the podcast, but I found out literally as we were recording because it just got posted like 30 minutes ago. One of my friends just got engaged.
Oh. Good for them.
It's
Bacon
another
and
Rasmus
gravy.
miracle!
It's
my
a
God,
Rasmus
Miracle!
miracle!
I fucking love you guys.
In the last like hour of it.
That's awesome. Well, thoughts anyone on these episodes? and
I'm
their
just very
contents?
content. I'm enjoying
Awesome.
watching it, and it was really hard for me to just watch just those two, because I wanted to keep watching. It looked lots of
The
fun.
hunger. The
Yeah.
hunger.
Yeah. I got a little bit spoiled by looking at the full playlist because there's spoilers literally in the thumbnail of one of them.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna say anything
Why are you
beyond
using
that,
the
but
playlist?
oh god.
You just gotta
Because
take things.
every
from
so
it.
often I do, and it's like, because I find it and it's just in my recommended, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, well, God, I just forgot how much was on the ground floor for this.
Literally.
I completely forgot the opium den. I have a lot of questions about the opium den.
We couldn't have an
I
opium
don't
den
think
these
there's
ways.
opium
it's
in there. I
woke.
think it's just flowers. I know that opium comes from flowers, but
Like I've said, I'm
I
believing
think
the
that guy's
magical
just
world.
smelling flowers.
I believe the magical world where opium for them is just smelling a really good flower because they're whimsical people.
God.
Because
And
imagine.
what's Jasper's connection to Reverend John?
Dun dun dun.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
I'm so excited.
All right, well, that's a good 2 episodes. Very eventful. Definitely.
Long.
It's sad, but I don't know how much we need York missions anymore. These things just got,
And I'm okay
things
with
started happening in these
we have a lot more to
episodes.
say.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll come back with something someday if there's a notable thing, but for now, things are really rolling.
Yeah, like there's.
Yeah.
I'd love to do some of their like update videos because I know that in one of them, Old Peculiar's just like there. He's just
That's true.
like
I
hanging
think for
out
several
with
of them,
That's
Shadow of
so real.
Israphel cast members are just there and just hanging out.
Yeah, because that's just their brand. That's just like this is what Minecraft is on this channel. They should have done an
That's
adventure
bad.
app. They should do adventure maps with Old Peculiar.
Yeah, nowadays,
I really
instead of
wish
just
they
like their new
could.
staff, it should just be Old Peculiar's back.
Just make the new staff play Old Peculiar. They get it.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
don't even
they
have
would
to
love
We
talk.
it.
have Duncan reprise his role.
You don't even speak.
Get Duncan in here. Only Duncan understands the subtleties of his character. To
He
be fair.
played as him for years. Only he would know.
Only Duncan can do the typos that Old Peculiar makes.
Exactly. He's got that je ne sais
Well-
quoi.
Je ne sais quoi, Old Peculier.
Oui, oui, je suis peculier. C'est
Well,
très bien.
With all that said and done, we'll have to see how the proper quest ends up on the next episode. Thanks, everyone. Have a Merry Rossmas, everyone.
All the ladies get lost in my eyes.